Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. My name is Micah Messer. I am a real-world Piper pilot. I did my training in the Cherokee 151 and 181. That'll be the Archer 181. Anyway, we are going to be flying the Just Flight PA-28 Aero 3, which is the PA-28 Romeo dash 201. It is a variable speed propeller, high performance, retractable landing gear aircraft. So, I've already done a video on it. I did it last night. You guys haven't watched that, be sure to check that out, whether after stream or whatever. So check that out. Jessica, yes, you were first. Kind of cheating. You're my wife. You get to cheat that way. Jack Pretty, welcome for the first time. Wicked Crown Gaming lies. This is not your first time. Or is it? Interesting. Armin, yeah, you got this bird today. Awesome. Hard to fly with the stick. Yeah, I can imagine. So we're gonna give this a shot. I have not chosen. Excuse me, Chief Jibbo, what's going on? I have not chosen where we're gonna fly yet. So if you guys have some recommendations, I just could not make up my mind what I wanted to do exactly today. I do have a yoke. You guys can barely see it. That's actually the top of my iPad, which I've now attached to my yoke, so I can have my, so I can have my iPad, so I can reference it with checklists and whatnot, just like I would in my actual plane. So, can you go through the S-turns? Yeah, I can do that. I can do S-turns, sure. Yeah, that's no problem. I can do S-turns. Hawaii VFR. I've not actually done Hawaii. Gotcha, understood. You have Honolulu. What? Oh, which one I want to take off from, though? I'm good at flying Hawaii. I haven't flown in Hawaii, actually, in 2020, so this should be fun, too. It'd be cool to fly over that, too. Something to the Pacific, that'd be nice. Let's just do kind of some island hopping, then, shall we? Do some island hopping. Let's see. Where's some parking here? Let's just set this as departure right here. Why not? Make sure we got plenty of sun left. Oh, yeah. Plenty of sun left. Perfect. Nice, good weather. Okay. Gotta make sure everything's off and everything on my down. It's all off. Okay, that should be good. All right, let's go ahead and hit fly here, and let's let it load up. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna switch this from studio mode back to original. There we go. Awesome. I am using a yoke. I have the Honeycomb Aeronautical Alpha Flight Sim yoke. Love it. I love the feeling of it. So, absolutely, I am using a yoke. My wife sent me a text. Yes, I am aware. So, I don't know about that. So here's what I would say. Four-seater is definitely going to be more comfortable for you if you're a larger dude. Trust me. And it's also nice to be able to like throw your bags in the back seat instead of having to put them in like a cargo compartment, so you can actually reach them during flight or whatever else. So that is nice. So I wouldn't say that they're trying to upcharge you. I would say if they're like trying to get you to fly like a slightly larger four-seater version, then I'd be like, I don't need that. But the difference between a two-seater and four-seater is definitely noticeable. I would say go with four-seater if you're a larger individual. But, I mean, if you are strapped on cash, then just say, hey, listen, I can't. I'm going to fly the two-seater, which is totally fine, too. All right, so here we go. If you guys haven't watched my video as of yet, I kind of go over what I noticed on the exterior. The textures aren't quite as good as like the Coronado version, but they're still pretty good. They're not terrible. I did I did increase my graphics a little bit since my video, just to kind of see. It reduces my frames a little bit, but just to kind of get some of the stuff here. Well, it's interesting that it says Arrow 3 in like white there. That's curious. Captain Wings, what's going on? Yeah, you kind of have to bring your own pretzels and Coke. Yeah, there's definitely no service today. Yeah, so I would say biggest thing for Just Flight, if I would say anything, is to see if they get some PBR textures on this guy, maybe a little bit higher quality. But a still really beautiful aircraft, don't get me wrong. It definitely has a used feel to it. And maybe that's because I'm using the used textures. Apparently there's some new ones that you can use. But yeah, so that's what we're using today. I'm trying to remember what I set to look down. That's not it. That's not it either. That's definitely not it. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and
pull up. Pull up.
And Old Dog just subscribed. Thanks, Old Dog. You commented on my video, so I recognize you. Thanks for the subscription, man. Appreciate it. That kind of scared me for a second. I haven't heard that in a while on the live streams. It doesn't work for everybody. It only works for like certain people because of privacy settings or something. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's fine. Okay, so again, I wish I had. Let me see if I can find. I do have the checklist actually right here in front of me. Let me see, what page is this on? 113. That's going to be important. So, guys, remember page 113. 113. And let me pull up my checklist here. So unprepared, apparently. All right, here we go. Pre-flight. So, pre-flight. Should I do a pre-flight? That's the question. Not really, because you can't do much on it. However, I am making sure all my doors are closed. My chocks and tie downs are released as well. So yeah, fuel quantity, make sure that's refueled, recharge the battery. Copilot. Should we turn on the Copilot? Nah. GNS 430, that's what I want to set. Auto fuel selector is off. That's correct. State saving is off as well. HSI enabled. DI. Oh, okay. I'm used to the DI. That's what I'm used to. But we'll use an HSI because I am still learning that. So that's fine. We'll use that. Okay. Everything's good there. All right. So let's go ahead and tell this guy to disappear. And let's go ahead and brakes are set. Perfect. Circuit breakers are all in. We can see that over here. And these actually do pop out, guys. No joke, and they work. You can actually, let's see. I'll show you actually later, once I get the engines and everything running. I'll show you those actually do work. So they can pop out. All right, propeller. Increase RPMs full. Okay, and avionics off. They are currently in the off position. Let me make sure my switches are off. Where is the avionics switch? I flipped it the other day. See, it depends on what aircraft you're in, depends on where it is. This is the avionics switch. I want to say that's it right there. No, it's the fan. Whoops. Where's the avionics switch on this guy? Because when I flew, it was right here. There's like a little switch right here that they had in there. I am not sure where they have the avionics switch set in this guy. That's okay. I have it set to my yoke, so it should be no problem. All right, avionics are off. This is our tank. We are going to be in the left tank to start off with. All right. Throttle, we're going to set that to 1/2 inch open. If you guys remember the video, top of the E. And we're going to go alternator switch on, battery master on as well. Here are these two guys right here. And mixture, I'm sorry, electric fuel pump on. Mr. Rich. And idle cut off. That basically primes it. Clear prop. I did it that time, guys. I did it that time. All right, here we go. And engage. Bring back to 1,000 RPMs. Fuel pump off. Watch fuel pressure, make sure it stays in the green. That's good. Oil temp is a little bit in the green there. Oil pressure's in the green. So good start. Perfect. Okay. Awesome, awesome sauce. All right, we're going to get this guy on. Rotating beacon on as well. And we'll go ahead and turn on our avionics. Set this to 1, 2, 2 since we are VFR today. All right, so where do we want to go? We want to go to the next island over, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see on my map here what we got airport-wise. EHOG is an airport that we can use, so let's go to that. This is the 430. The 530 covers this entire area here. Okay, let's go ahead and go. We'll just go direct to. Sorry, get it in there and go. Oh, we're going P. That's right. It's not K. It's P over here in the Pacific. P. H. O. Oops, there it was. G. HOG. Yep. Activate that. Perfect. Perfecto. Okay, that's set. And let's see here. I'm going to close this up. Curious what I need to pull up the airport diagram for this guy because I don't know it. All right, so some taxi out, take Alpha all the way down there. That's basically what I'm going to do. Okay, that works. Okay, let's do that. All right, so now that we've done that, we can go and get our taxiing on, release our parking brake. I'll text our foot brakes, good to go. Lean my mixture just a little bit here. All right, gonna get my landing light on. Left, right, and turning right here. Perfect. I am going to use the autopilot today. Forgot. Start that timer so I don't forget to switch fuel tanks. I did check the manual for the pressure you'll need your manifold pressure to be at, depending on what altitude you're flying and pressure and all that kind of stuff. We're standard pressure 2992, winds are calm, probably fly up to, I don't know, maybe 2,000 feet above the water. It's a pretty little aircraft. I like this paint scheme I chose, this gray. It's pretty. And hardly do the whole outside third-person view taxiing. How many of you guys actually have the PA-28? How many bought it? How many were like me and were like, yep, I'm buying it? Or two is what we're looking for. Yep. You too, AZ. Rosado. Yes, there is. I'm currently in it. All right. I'll do a run up here. Ah, 181. No, not yet. Not yet. All right. Set parking brake. Feather full increase. Throttle 2,000 RPMs. There it is. Magneto's checking. To right. Back to both. Left. Back to both. Both in tolerance there. Vacuum 4.8 to 5.2. We're at 4.8. Oil temperature check. Green. Oil pressure check. Fuel pressure. Pressure check is green. Ammeter. We are plus, was that 30, about 38? Enunciator pantle. Push to test here. That is correct. And propeller exercise. All right, that is correct. All right, let's see here. Okay, and retard the... Alright, before takeoff checklist, master on, alternator switches on, instruments checked and ready to go. Fuel tank, proper tank, left tank is on, electric fuel pump can come on. Engine gauges check. All looks good to me. Seat bag is set and erect. Mixture gonna go full. As always, proper. Propeller set full. Belts and harnesses don't have any. It's virtual. Empty seats don't worry about that. Flaps we're gonna go 0 today. Trim should be set to the takeoff position. Let's see if it is. It is. Alright, emergency gear extension lever is in the up position. I honestly don't know where that is. I'm gonna guess it's... Yeah, there it is. Okay. And doors are closed. Controls free and correct. Let's check that, shall we? Left, up, right, up, and I can't see the backs there, but that is correct. And my iPad started to slip around here. Is no bueno. No bueno. Check that again. I see what the problem is. That's not gonna work. Oh well, I need to make like a little adapter or something for it. Oh well. It was a thought. Only works if it's upright. Guess it goes in my lap then. Alright, so normal takeoff, we're gonna flap set, trim set, accelerate 60 to 75 knots. Then we'll rotate. Best climb is gonna be about 90 knots. Abort takeoff if we are not off by the taxiway before the crossing runway. We will abort takeoff. Full kill throttle, full aeronautical aero braking, as well as full pedal brakes as well. All right. Here it come right after. Yep. All right. I have a kneeboard, but I don't have a kneeboard attachment for my iPad. So, yeah. Okay, ready to go here. Go ahead and release our parking brake. All right. And we're in the green. Airspeed is alive. Oh gosh. Gotta love that false. And we're up. Gear coming up. There's 90 knots. Hold that 90 knots here. right. We're making our turn here. I know they make kneeboard for tablets. I just don't have one, is all I'm saying. That is all I'm saying. Let's go to about 3,000 feet, shall we? 3,000 feet. It's a little loud, I think, so let's turn that down a little bit, shall we? Start transitioning into our in-route climb. 100 knots. Looking at these this land in front of us, I might actually go a little higher than 3,000 as well. It might go up to, I don't know, going westbound, so let's go to 4,500. Let's do 4,500 just for safety's sake. Alright, let's go down and check out page 113, if I remember correctly. Yep, there it is. Alright. No, I'm not VR. Let's see. You can see me down here. Not VR. Okay. We're gonna look for best power mixture. 2,500 RPMs of 24.8, 24.7, 24.8 on the manifold pressure, 2,500 RPMs. Oh, no, I don't. I don't even own a VR headset, so... I wouldn't be able to. Alright, let's start leveling off here. We'll do the S turns once we get to our next airport. We're a little high to do S turns. It's all about money. I don't... It's more money to spend, and I want to spend it on other things like actually flying, so upgrading my PC, etc. Alright, fuel pump can come off. We're gonna feather this guy. About 2,500 RPMs. And that should put us... Manifold pressure... What was it again? Let's see, it wanted 75% power, 5,000 to be 24.6. I'm a little low on that, actually, so... We're right around there is pretty good. Alright, stupid questions, but do these type of planes have autopilot? Yes, they do, and I'll show you that. Ooh, I'm getting a little high, aren't we? Let's go ahead and adjust that trim there. So this is an autopilot right here. It's got a lot of features. Called holding your plane level and holding on to heading. That's it. you've got to actually adjust your trim to say your altitude. So old style autopilot. A lot of owners upgrade that to something else. There's some great ones that are pretty cheap out there that will do altitude holds and whatnot else. What else and stuff. So anyway, gonna skim this island here. Adjusting my pitch here, trying to maintain, get a little increase there, and looking at my airspeed. About 120 knots across the ground, so 122. It says I have a distance of 94.7 miles. Ooh, to go. Never mind. That's a lot longer than I thought it would be. Jeez. That is pretty darn far, isn't it? Okay, well, maybe we'll not go all the way there. Let me adjust this guy. Maybe we'll do some S-turns. We can find a place to do that at. Let's go and turn off my autopilot. And let's see if we can find somewhere to do some S-turns. So the key with S-turns, there's, well, several keys with S-turns you need to know. First, you need to understand the direction the wind is coming. That's going to be a huge factor in your S-turns. Right now we have relatively calm winds, so you don't have to worry about it as much. On my check ride prep, we did that at, I think we had about 10 knot winds across the ground. That was challenging, but I did all right. During my actual check ride, I was able to, I think it was about 5 knots, so it was about half of what I was practicing for, so ended up being quite fine, and I did it. Actually, we didn't even do S-turns. Yeah, we did turns around the point, but it was still, you know, still have to factor in wind and whatnot. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for a road. We might have to kind of turn back here to find, or look for a straight road, not a windy road. We don't want a windy road. Then turn on our fuel pump, get best mixture here, full mixture I should say, and we'll increase our prop to full as well. All right. So we're close to about 1,000 feet off the ground now, so we'll go and start leveling off here. What's up, Paul? Yeah, let's see if we can find it. It's hard, kind of hard to see. Yeah, if there is a straight road. I'm guessing it's going to be back towards the airport if there is going to be one. Can you use ForeFlight? Sure. But here's what's going to happen. If you have ForeFlight, you walk into your check ride, the first thing that's going to happen is he's going to say your iPad doesn't work. Because they want you to learn with paper charts. They want you to learn calculating your distance, direction, time to get there, fuel amount, everything. All you got to do that with your mechanical E6B and paper and everything. Paul, I would agree that there needs to be that is their biggest weakness, is the textures just aren't as good as I would like them to be. They're better than Next Plane graphics, better than that for sure. I would say that being one thing that I would tell Just Flight to work on, but I'm a systems guy. I care more about the systems and the internal workings, and I think this does a very good job with that. So I'm not going to complain a bunch. I do think that if Coronado and Just Flight would just have a child, it would just be so much better. Right, exactly. Plane flies very well, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Oh, now that's cool. It's a chasm. I wish it was a little bit straighter, then we could use that as our reference point. What about some steep turns? Does anybody want to see some steep turns in this guy? I've actually not done steep turns in this guy. I've done it in real life in Pipers before. Not 201. I've done it in 161s and 181s, not 201. We're just kind of flying around Hawaii right now. A guy asked me to do some S turns, so, and this guy wants to see me do some steep turns. Okay, so we've got this. The beacon's off in front of us, right? That's going to be our point of reference. We are about 2,000 feet, so we're going to keep that as a reference. We're going to do a left turn, and then we'll come back around, and we'll do a right turn, okay? Now, there's several different ideas about how to do this. I just do it manually. I don't use trim or anything like that. Some people use trim, but we'll just do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn bank and pull up. Just looking to maintain a little bit of power. And you're looking at your window. You find a point on your aircraft you can use as a reference point. Getting a little bit of altitude there. And there we go. So we got a little bit of a climb there. Let's see, about 150 feet. That's actually outside of standard. So let's do a right turn one now. See if I can do better with the right turn. Oh, look at the gauges. They failed. Look at the gauges. I have broken the gauges. Look at that. I've got a bug for Just Flight. I've got a bug for Just Flight. I've got a bug for Just Flight. My gauges have failed me. It wasn't just my VAC system. My electronic gyro was also wrong. And electronic gyros, they don't rely on the VAC system at all. And pedostatic and everything, so... notice that everything's still saying I'm going to turn. I'm not. So, that's fun. I wonder if my RPM gauge works. Nope, RPM gauge is also broken. Cool. So yeah, we have no idea. We do have our ground speed over here, though. But you know what? Let's do a funsies here, shall we? I don't know how fast I'm going. So yeah, it looks like that broke. That broke it somehow. I wonder if there's a way to reset it. Yeah, glad I'm not IMC for sure, because I just lost every single reference I could have used. What's up, Dog Joe? Yeah, I lost all of them. Every single bit of it's jacked up. I mean, everything. Even my magnetic compass isn't working. Yeah, so I totally broke the entire... the entire thing. So we're going to go... There's a cruise ship right there. We're going to come in here. We're going to get a landing in. Wait, did everything just... No. Did everything just come back? Hey, it's all back. It's all back. It's only one thing to do, barrel roll. That's weird, guys. I lost all of that. And it came back. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Gremlins already, right? So that's something I'll send to Just Flight and just be like, hey, this happened. Doing some S-turn, or some, not S-turns. That was not S-turns, Chief. That was, what do you call it? Steep turns. Coming in emergency landing here, so I'm not going to enter the pattern as I normally would. Bleed off some of this airspeed here. You know, I actually haven't tried a stall property yet, so we'll check that out. I'll do a touch and go. How about that? Even though I'm technically emergency or whatever. Alright, flaps 2, gear coming down. All gauges to fail? I mean, that would be a multi-system failure. That would be your pitot, static, vacuum, and electrical. So that would be a lot of things failing all at once. I've never heard of that happening. I'm not saying it couldn't happen. I've just never heard of it happening. Round out and build my power. Oof, that was a little rough. Ah, that is ridiculous. That control on the ground is jacked up. That is gear. That was a gear warning. Gear warning. Yeah, we'll try a stall here. Yeah, magneto's still be going, that's for sure. Which means you would have lost your battery, battery and your alternator, as well as your vacuum pump. Your pitot tube would have been clogged for some reason, and your static port would have been clogged for some reason as well, whether it's ice or whatever else. So it would have been a lot of things going on there. We'll get up to about 2,000 feet, and then we'll try a power on stall, then we'll do a power off stall. Yeah, transponder would have failed too. It is working. You can see it. It's flashing. Alright, so power on stall is supposed to mimic you taking off. So what we're going to do here, level off 2000. Alright, so now we're going to decrease our power here. So we get to look for about a rotation speed. And our rotation speed should be about 65. Well, a 70 is about what we're going to look for here. Come on, slow down. I'm starting to fall here. All right, there's 70. Add in power and pull her back. And there we go. I mean, you're not... So, that's actually pretty realistic. That is actually pretty realistic, because what you find in these aircraft... thank you. Cherokees don't really stall in power on configurations. You don't really have a full stall. You'll lose some altitude. It'll kind of like buffer up and down like you were seeing, but you won't fully stall. Okay, let's go and make a turn back. And then we'll do a power off stall here. No, not like the Tomahawk. No, Tomahawks are designed to stall really bad. And they were designed to do that for training purposes. Yeah, for sure. Okay, here we go. Let's get some trim in here. And we'll pull the throttle back. Go full prop. Pull the throttle back. And we're looking as if we're going to be doing... Start getting our flaps in here. We're going to do 500 feet per minute and looking for about 78 knots. And gear down. Not used to that part of it. Get a little bit more speed here. Okay, so something about right about here. And what we'll do is we'll kill our power and pull back. There's the stall. Full power. Down. And then back up. Flaps up one, gear up. And we're going to climb out, add VY. And that's it. That is a power on stall. Or power off stall, I should say. Now... should I try a spin? Yes, I should. Of course I should. Why not? I've actually not done a spin in this aircraft. This should be fun. So, to do a spin, we set up like we're going to do a power on stall. Need to get a little turn here. Alright, so there's that. A little bit of trim in here. My speed down here. And pull up. There's a stall and left rudder. All right, so now we're in a stall. We're in a spin situation. So we're going to go right rudder till we correct. Pull up. Add power. And we're climbing out. There we have it. That is a spin. So shorefield landings, shorefield takeoffs, those are just techniques to practice with. No, not a fully developed. But I also didn't have a lot of altitude to play with, so I wasn't going to keep I wasn't going to keep spiraling. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't going to keep spinning down. I already lost 500 feet, so I wasn't going to keep going. I also have never done it in this aircraft before, but it's fine. But yes, it was not a fully developed spin. Correct. Okay, let's see. You said airfield takeoff and landing. Well, we got the airfield off to our right here. What do you guys want my aim point to be? I'll come in and land here. And like the first, a good point is that first center stripe. That way you know that about every 200 feet, you have about 200 feet to get down. I think it's 200 feet. Is it? Yes, 200 feet in front, 0 feet before is the correct thing there. So just let myself get down. Yeah, that should be fine. Right now the winds are fine. They're calm. All right, let's get one set of flaps in here. Sitting at 500 feet per minute. I'm a little far out, but it'll be okay. It's all set it in. I've actually not done the right traffic here in this aircraft yet, so this will be fun. Encroaching on it a little bit, aren't I? Or tie. Describe what I am doing. Well, I'm on a right downwind right now. I'm observing off my right shoulder, looking for about 45 degrees. This isn't a proper pattern, so I wouldn't say this is the way to do it. So now I'm going to turn right on my base, and we're looking for about 80 knots on my base in this aircraft. And we're going to go for about a 500 foot per minute descent. Looking for perpendicular. And get my second notch flaps in and gear down. So now we're on base. Add some power to maintain altitude. Or not maintain, but slow my descent here. So the goal of a short field landing here is you want to touch down not before your point, but within 200 feet of your point. Because the idea is you have a short field, right? That's the whole point of short field, right? So I'm going to bring it in nice and easy. We got a huge runway here. That first center stripe is what I'm looking for. My aim point is going to be actually the top of the threshold is actually what I'm going to be aiming for on my approach. Get a last notch of flaps in. And you want to use all the flaps you can get on a short field. Turned a little early there, but that's fine. Rather early than late. And what I'm doing is I have a sight picture, basically. Like, imagine like if I had a gun off this aircraft. I wanted to shoot something down here on the ground. That's my sight, and I'm looking at right here at the top of the threshold. That's where I'm telling myself I want to land. A little low, aren't I? So I'm aiming for that point. I'm aiming for that point. Aiming for that point. Still aiming for it. Still aiming for it. Still aiming for it. Now I'm going to start rounding out. Going to start pulling that throttle back. Killing the throttle. And flare. Oh yeah, right on the money, baby. Right on the money. And you wanted to stop and go, so I'm stopping on the runway. Flaps coming up. Down this set full. Oh, well, you want me to do a short field? You want to do a short field takeoff while I'm down here? All right, so short field, we're going to set flaps 25. Flaps are set 25. What we're going to do is we're going to go full power. We're going to make sure the RPMs go all the way up. All the fuel gauges are good. Everything's good to go before I release the power off, release my brakes. So adding power. Everything's green. Everything looks good. And release. It's way too sensitive on the ground still, my opinion. And off the ground, push the nose down a little high there. Want to get in ground effect, and then we're going to pull out a VX, which in this aircraft is about 75. Gear up, and flaps coming up. Clear of obstacles. Now we climb out of VY, which is going to be about 90. There you go. That's short field landing and takeoff. A dead stick landing. So like if I lose my engine, you hold the nose up. So yes, you do. Well, you don't hold the nose up. That's misnomenclature. You pull the nose up and you rotate, and then you push the nose down to stay into ground speed. You hold the nose off the ground if you're on a soft field. So that's what you do there. Somebody wanted a dead stick landing. I don't know what your fascination is with dead stick landings. Not you, just people in general. Alright, we were way high, so what we're going to do is call it a slip. Okay? So I'm going to put full right rudder. Slip this guy down. Alright, correct it out. Get my last notch of flaps. And round out. Hold her off till she comes gently kissing the ground. Well, there you go. There's a dead stick landing for you. What else do y'all want? Let's see, what else could I show you? Turns around the point. It turns around the point, if you guys want me to. So what I just did there is what they call the impossible turn. A loop a roll. Thank you. It's not an aerobatic aircraft. It's not supposed to do. It's not even supposed to do intentional spin, but you know. So turns around a point are pretty easy. Yep, done. Power off, power stalls. Yep, already did that. We got a huge, actually, point off our front right here. That'll be perfect. It's a giant cruise ship that we'll use. As you can see. So what we'll do, well, actually, we can go ahead and level off here if we want to. You just have to do it under 1,000 feet. All right, let's see here. It's kind of hard to do it with that, because in real life, I'm looking back and forth all the freaking time. How much the Piper from Just Flight? It is... How much? It's $45. It's kind of hard because I can't glance it back and forth. But yeah, you want to keep it just off your wingtip here. Trying to maintain altitude. TPA, you're looking for traffic. Looking at your point. Looking at your altitude. Traffic. Point. Altitude. TPA. Not traffic pattern altitude. That's also another algorithm we use in aviation. Traffic. Point. Altitude. Keeping the same distance from this guy. Traffic. Point. Altitude. That's it. You make a... I think we went twice around in my check ride. My private check ride. And we went off and we did an emergency descent as if it's a medical problem, which I could also do. You should adjust your bank just as you need to. Yep, pretty much. Yep, keeping your wingtip at your chosen point. And you always want it to be a very recognizable point. Traffic, point, altitude. Traffic, point, altitude. And we'll go ahead and level off here and exit that to maneuver. And start climbing back out here. That's basically that. What else? What else? You know, actually, I need to switch fuel tanks here. Whoops, I'm way past. Yep. All right, well, yeah. Oh, my gear's still up. Wow. I thought I pushed that up. Yeah, I could have swore I actually, did that, but that's fine. It wasn't giving me a warning. That's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. Again, I'm not used to a complex aircraft. I have not flown them in real life, so don't hold me to that. RNAV to the airport. Yeah, what airport are we near? Let's find out, shall we? That not the right? Thought that was waypoint nearest. Here we go. EHTO. Okay. Oh yeah, Pipers are a good-looking plane. I'm trying to buy one right now, so here's the hoping. Okay, PHTO is what we're looking for. So. I don't want to be climbing anymore. I don't want to climb anymore. Trying to get this set so I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so we're at the flight plan. There's nearest. No, I didn't. Insert. There we go. No! Dang it! I was so close to getting that right. Yeah, that is correct. Direct to. Cursor. Yes, activate. Okay, now we'll go procedure. Cursor. And we'll select an approach here. VOR. No. We'll do RNAV 26. Transition fem, that's fine. And go ahead and activate that. Activate approach. Did it actually activate? It did. Perfect. All right. Turn off the autopilot. You kind of can, yes. But not completely. It doesn't fly for you. You just kind of have... It does roll, hold, and heading, and that's about all it can do. All right, we'll get back onto the track here. Yep, as you can see right here. Okay. Now, I've got to actually bring up the chart for this approach. RNAV 26. little bit of IMC, huh? Yeah. All right, so it does not fly the approach at all. No, this is not a autopilot that'll fly the approach for you. You have to fly it yourself. All right, so out at FAMOP, well, at Seek Cobb, I've got to be at 2,700. There's no restrictions at FAMOP. And we're going to be on a course of 259. So I'm actually going to set this guy up. Why is it not allow me to change it individually anymore? I don't know. Oh, did it break again? Yeah, it broke again. Great. Just flight. Why you let this happen? It's like RNAV approach without any type of guidance. Impossible. Impossible. Oh, and we're back. Nice. Okay, so as I was. Nah, it's not gonna be good enough. Dang it! 2.6. There we go. Ah! There we go. Got it. Well, this is just Microsoft Flight Simulator. That the way that they have their whole, you roll your thing and it changes at 10 degrees. That's ridiculous. Now, the fact that it keeps hanging up all my instruments and stuff, yeah, that's probably a glitch that they'll fix. Hopefully. Jeez, I hope they fix it. I don't need that on right now. Get a little bit of a descent going here. I think I'm gonna skip FAMOP actually if I can. Should be able to. I thought at least you could skip waypoints. And this guy. Flight plan. First ran. There we go. Can I not jump past it? I thought if you hit direct 2 there, it should take you there. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Oh well, I'll just fly it. That's 2,700. Did I lose everything again? No? Okay. Oh. That just cleared out my flight plan completely. Whatever. At this point, I'm so over it. So over it. And I'm starting to have frame drops and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I think they're gonna have to do some work on this, guys. I think they're gonna have to do some work on this. Oh yeah, it has a lot that needs fixed. Oh, it has a ridiculous amount that needs fixed. Ridiculous. And look at this gloriousness right here. That is frame. Ugh. I will say this, guys, and take this to heart, because this might matter to you. If you're wondering, hey, am I good enough to become a pilot? Well, first off, not everyone can become a pilot. That's just the fact. That's the fact, Jack. However, like, you may not have the skills, and that's okay. Keep flying the simulator. But I will say this. It is easier to manipulate these controls in real life than it is in the sim. It's so much easier to be able to take your hand out and turn knobs, whatever. GPS, much easier to manipulate in person. So keep that in mind. Man, my frames are just completely destroyed right now. I'm just going to see if I can get on the ground here as quickly as possible. Well, the only thing with VR is you're still manipulating the, you're still manipulating everything through some type of interface. It's not direct, right? I mean, if I had stuff out here, if I had like a GPS and all kind of stuff, then I get that, but anyway. Yeah, my CPU usage right now is 85, 86, 87%. So it's being hogged pretty good right now. GPU's doing fine, it's only 38%. I also think maybe it's being throttled a little bit. I think the heat's getting to it a little bit. It's only 67% right now. Oh, look. Now we're smoothed out. Look at that. Look at that. The GPU just went up to 65%. It's like my GPU decided, you know what? I'm not going to do it yet. We're just going to hold off and then, oh yeah, I'm going to pick it back up and we'll be just fine. Upgrades are coming, people. Upgrades will happen. If I can find a dadgum GPU that's for sale that's not twice the MSRP. Oh, there it is. There is CPU 100%. CPU 100%. And back down to 69%. Ooh, I can't not extend my flaps yet. There you go, flaps 1. Get gear down. Flaps 2. Some trim in there. And flaps 3. Outer marker. All right. Well, there we have it, folks. There we have it. I am enjoying this aircraft, even with its little bit of glitches and stuff. I hope they get some of those things fixed. But even with those, I still thoroughly enjoy this aircraft. So, it is time for me to say goodbye before my entire computer crashes into the ground. Don't forget to hit the like button down below. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you get notified when I go live next. Don't forget you can also help support me financially, even if you pay for that GPU. Hit that join button down below. Little as $3 a month. Get a cool flight sim patch. Don't have one. Yes, I do. Hold on. This guy right here. Get this in the mail. Get access Discord, cool rewards, checklists, liveries, and some other cool things coming your way here shortly. And now with your control available in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, we can actually do flights together in 2020. So that is exciting for sure. So again, thanks for watching. And don't forget, be safe. Crazy times out there. I'll see you guys next time. Up in the sky.